Hey there, soldier. Grab your biggest bug zapper and buckle up, because we're going on a trip to Earth Defense Force 6, which hits the battlefield on July 25th for PC and PlayStation. That's right, folks. It's time to dust off your EDF marching boots and get ready to save the world again. This time, however, things might be a little different. Buckle up, because we're about to dive into a world filled with giant alien bugs, crazy overpowered weapons, and enough explosions to make Michael Bay jealous. But before we suit up and head out to fight the good fight, let's take a quick look at what Earth Defense Force 6 is all about. Imagine this. It's the year 2024, which is pretty much now. You'd think things would be peaceful after we beat back those nasty alien invaders in Earth Defense Force 5, right? Well, you'd be wrong, soldier. Turns out, winning a war can be pretty rough. Sure, we chased those creepy crawlies back to whatever space rock they crawled out of, but it came at a cost. Think about it like this. If your house got trashed by a giant alien slug, would you exactly be feeling sunshine and rainbows afterwards? That's kind of the situation Earth is in. We won the war, but most of the world is in ruins, and there aren't many of us humans left. So, what's a soldier to do? Well, that's where you come in. Earth Defense Force 6 throws you right back into the thick of things. You'll be joining the EDF, which is basically the ultimate pest control service, except instead of ants and spiders, you're dealing with giant alien bugs the size of school buses. Sounds like a pretty sweet gig, right? Well, hold on there, soldier. Sure, you get to use some seriously awesome weapons, but let's be honest, fighting for your survival against giant space bugs isn't exactly a walk in the park. Here's the good news. Earth Defense Force 6 is known for two things: over-the-top action and crazy fun. We're talking about mowing down hordes of alien bugs with giant laser rifles, raining down fire from the sky with rocket launchers that would make Michael Bay blush, and exploding everything in sight. Safely, of course, because collateral damage is a big no-no. If you're looking for a game that takes itself super seriously, this might not be it. But hey, if you want to let loose, have some laughs, and blow up some giant alien bugs in the process, then Earth Defense Force 6 is your jam. Now, before you rush out and grab the biggest gun you can find, there are a few things to keep in mind. First off, Earth Defense Force 6 can be a bit, well, challenging. Those alien bugs aren't exactly pushovers, and sometimes it can feel like you're being swarmed by a never-ending horde of creepy crawlies. But hey, that's what makes it fun, right? The challenge is part of the thrill. Think of it like this: the harder the fight, the sweeter the victory. Second, Earth Defense Force 6 might not be for everyone. The graphics might not be the fanciest, and the story isn't exactly going to win any awards. But hey, who needs a fancy story when you have giant laser rifles and exploding bugs, right? So, if you can look past those things and focus on the pure, unadulterated fun of blowing stuff up, then Earth Defense Force 6 is a game you won't want to miss. First things first, soldier. You need to pick your class. Think of it like choosing your favorite flavor of hero. In Earth Defense Force 6, you have 4 awesome classes to choose from, each with their own unique playstyle. Ranger. You're a well-rounded soldier, a jack-of-all-trades good at everything. You can take down enemies at close range with a shotgun, or snipe them from afar with a trusty rifle. You're basically the all-purpose bug zapper, ready for any situation. Wing diver. Feeling a need for speed? Then the wing diver is for you. These futuristic soldiers soar through the air with jetpacks, raining down death from above with high-powered laser beams and explosive rockets. Think Iron Man meets a bumblebee, and you've got the wing diver. Air Raider. Now, if you're more of a support-the-troops kind of soldier, then the Air Raider is your best bet. These guys don't fight on the front lines, but they're the ultimate backup crew. They can set up turrets to lay down suppressing fire, call in airstrikes to soften up enemy hordes, and even deploy helpful little robots to distract those pesky bugs. Basically, they're the party planners of the battlefield, making sure everyone has the tools they need to win. Fencer. Last but not least, we have the Fencer. These heavy hitters are all about getting up close and personal with the enemy. They're basically walking tanks, wielding giant shields and massive blades to cut through anything that gets in their way. If you like feeling the heat of battle and the satisfying crunch of metal on bug, then the Fencer is the class for you. Now, soldier, once you've chosen your class, it's time for the fun part. Picking your weapons. And let me tell you, Earth Defense Force 6 doesn't skimp on the firepower. We're talking about everything from classic assault rifles and shotguns to giant laser cannons that would make Darth Vader jealous. There are flamethrowers to roast those creepy crawlies, rocket launchers that turn enemy formations into fireworks displays, and even weapons that summon down bolts of lightning. Seriously, the only limit is your imagination and maybe your trigger finger. But hey, soldier, with all this awesome firepower comes a little responsibility. Remember, collateral damage is a big no-no. Sure, it might be tempting to level an entire city block with a well-placed rocket, but trust me, your commanding officer won't be too happy about that. So, try to keep the explosions contained to the enemy, most of the time. Alright, soldier, now that you're all geared up and ready to go, let's talk about the real stars of the show, the giant alien bugs. We're talking about everything from giant ants the size of houses to flying insects that blot out the sun. These creepy crawlies come in all shapes and sizes, each with their own unique attacks and weaknesses. You'll need to use your brain as much as your brawn to overcome these alien menaces. But fear not, soldier. With your trusty weapon in hand and your squad by your side, you'll be mowing down those bugs like a lawnmower on high speed. Just remember, teamwork makes the dream work. So don't be a lone wolf. Stick with your squad and you'll be unstoppable. Ow! Let's talk about what you'll be doing in Earth Defense Force 6. Saving the world, one bug splatter at a time. Missions in Earth Defense Force 6 are all about one thing: stopping the alien invasion and protecting what's left of humanity. You'll be deployed to a variety of locations across the war-torn Earth, from ruined cityscapes to sprawling deserts. Each mission throws a different challenge your way, keeping things fresh and exciting. Here's a taste of what you can expect. Defense missions. Sometimes, the best offense is a good defense. In these missions, you'll be tasked with holding down the fort against waves of enemy attackers. Think of it like a giant bug-themed game of whack-a-mole, except instead of a mallet, you have a rocket launcher. Much more effective, trust me. Escort missions. Not all heroes fight on the front lines. Sometimes, your job is to protect someone important: a scientist with a cure for the alien plague, a politician trying to unite the remaining human forces, or maybe even a grumpy old cat who holds the key to a well. Who knows? Whatever the reason, keeping your VIP safe is your top priority. Just remember, if they get squashed by a giant ant, that's on you. Soldier. Elimination missions. Sometimes, the only way to win is to take out the enemy leader. These missions pit you against giant alien bosses that are the stuff of nightmares. Think Godzilla with a bad attitude, or a giant wasp with a laser beam for a stinger. These baddies are tough, so you'll need to use all your skills and firepower to take them down. But hey, soldier, it's not all about saving the world, although that is pretty important. Earth Defense Force 6 is also about having fun. The game is filled with over-the-top action, crazy explosions, and enough cheesy one-liners to make an action movie star blush. Seriously, you'll be laughing so hard you might forget you're fighting for your survival. Just don't forget to dodge those laser beams while you're at it. Now, soldier, there are a few things to keep in mind before you head out on your mission. First off, Earth Defense Force 6 can be a bit, well, chaotic. Sometimes, the screen will be filled with so many giant bugs and explosions that you might not know which way is up. But hey, that's part of the fun, right? Embrace the chaos and just start blasting. Second, don't expect a deep and emotional story. Earth Defense Force 6 is all about the action, and the story is more of an excuse to blow stuff up. But hey, who needs Shakespeare when you have giant laser cannons, right? Alright, soldier, that's about all the intel I can give you. Now, grab your weapon, suit up, and get ready to defend Earth from the giant alien bug menace. Remember, teamwork makes the dream work, so stick with your squad, use your noggin, as much as your trigger finger, and most importantly, have fun. Earth Defense Force 6 is a wild ride, and you're in for one heck of a bug-squashing adventure. Hey there, adventurers! Ever dreamt of a vacation that involved slaying mythical beasts, exploring magical dungeons, and chilling in a charming mountain village? Well, dream no more. Buckle up because we're taking a trip to Hinterberg, a place that blends stunning Alpine scenery with monster-bashing action in the upcoming game, Dungeons of Hinterberg. Launching on July 18th for PC and Xbox Series X/S, Hinterberg promises to be a unique adventure RPG. But before you pack your virtual bags, let's break down everything you need to know. First things first, Hinterberg isn't your typical monster-filled dungeon crawl. Sure, there are creepy crawlies and mythical baddies to battle, but the game world itself feels alive. Imagine a postcard-perfect village nestled amidst towering mountains. Think fresh mountain air, friendly locals, and maybe a delicious plate of schnitzel after a long day of, vanquishing evil. This isn't to say it's all sunshine and rainbows. There's a reason the game's tagline is "Enjoy your slaycation." Beneath the picturesque surface lurk ancient secrets and dungeons teeming with beasties straight out of Alpine folklore. Don't worry, though, you won't be facing them empty-handed. Hinterberg lets you unleash your inner hero with sword-swinging combat, mystical spells, and mind-bending puzzles. So, what exactly will you be doing in Hinterberg? Well, it all depends on your adventuring style. Want to focus on bashing monster skulls? You can delve into the dungeons, battling fantastical creatures and uncovering hidden loot. Feeling more social? Mingle with the townsfolk, complete quests, and maybe even find some romance. Who knows? Maybe the blacksmith's apprentice secretly fancies a dragon slayer. Hinterberg seems to offer a good mix of activities, so whether you're a die-hard dungeon crawler or a casual explorer, there should be something to tickle your fancy. Now, some folks might be worried about the combat being too difficult, but fear not, intrepid adventurer. The game seems to be designed to be accessible, with easy-to-learn controls and a focus on fun over frustration. Here's the thing. Hinterberg might not be for everyone. If you crave dark, gritty adventures with buckets of blood and gore, you might want to look elsewhere. Hinterberg's got a more light-hearted and whimsical tone. Think Saturday morning cartoon meets monster-slaying mayhem. On the flip side, if you're looking for a charming and relaxing adventure with a good dose of monster bashing, Hinterberg could be your perfect summer vacation spot. Well, minus the whole monster thing. Hinterberg's dungeons aren't your average dark and dank affairs. Sure, there'll be some cobwebs and creepy crawlies, but these underground labyrinths promise a unique blend of exploration, combat, and, well, let's just say you might need to brush up on your yodeling skills. The developers have hinted at dungeons themed around different aspects of Alpine folklore. Imagine battling mischievous sprites in a sparkling ice cave or dodging showers of cheese hurled by a grumpy and possibly lactose-intolerant giant. But Hinterberg's dungeons aren't just about bashing beasties. The game promises a healthy dose of puzzles to test your brain power. Think levers, pressure plates, and maybe even deciphering ancient riddles written in a language that sounds suspiciously like polka music. Hey, who knows, maybe those yodeling skills will come in handy. Speaking of handy, you won't be facing these challenges empty-handed. Hinterberg lets you stock up on a variety of potions and magical trinkets to aid your adventures. Need a quick health boost after getting smacked by a giant cheese wheel? There's a potion for that. Feeling a bit sluggish? Maybe a speed elixir is in order. Just remember, adventurers, always read the labels before gulping down that mysterious glowing potion. Now, let's talk about the denizens of these dungeons. Sure, you'll encounter your fair share of goblins, slimes, and other classic fantasy baddies. But Hinterberg promises to throw some curveballs your way. Think mischievous gnomes guarding hidden treasures, grumpy yetis with a penchant for yodeling competitions. Seriously, what's with the yodeling obsession? And maybe even a giant, talking cheese monster. Okay, we'll get to the bottom of that rumor later. Here's the interesting twist. Some of these monsters might not be so bad after all. The developers have hinted at the possibility of befriending certain creatures, or even convincing them to join your party. Imagine adventuring alongside a grumpy yeti with a killer yodel, or a mischievous gnome who can teleport you out of sticky situations, just as long as you don't mind the occasional prank. Don't worry, adventurers. While the dungeons might be full of surprises, Hinterberg seems to be designed to be accessible. The combat looks easy to learn, with a focus on fun and strategic battles rather than button-mashing mayhem. Plus, with the option to befriend some creatures, you won't always have to fight your way out of a sticky situation. So, we mentioned Hinterberg's quirky cast of characters. Buckle up because you're in for a treat. From the gruff but lovable blacksmith who forges legendary weapons to the sassy barkeep with a penchant for yodeling gossip. Seriously, this yodeling thing is getting out of hand. The townsfolk of Hinterberg seem like a lively bunch. But the real star of the show might just be the cheese monster. Yes, the rumors are true. Apparently, there's a giant, sentient cheese monster lurking in the depths of one of the dungeons. The developers are keeping details under wraps, but whispers suggest this cheesy colossus might be more friend than foe. Maybe he just needs someone to share a good brie with? Hinterberg's charm extends beyond its quirky characters. The game boasts a delightful art style that brings the Alpine village and its fantastical inhabitants to life. Think vibrant landscapes, expressive characters, and a touch of whimsy that perfectly complements the game's lighthearted tone. The audio deserves a shout-out too. From the clanging of swords to the inevitable yodeling, the sound design promises to immerse you in the world of Hinterberg. Just imagine the epic orchestral soundtrack swelling as you face off against the cheese monster. Seriously, this is getting ridiculous, but kind of awesome. So, is Hinterberg the perfect summer vacation spot, minus the whole monster thing? Here's the deal. If you're looking for a charming and relaxing adventure with a good dose of monster bashing and a sprinkle of cheese-induced mayhem, then Hinterberg might just be your cup of tea or mug of hot cocoa, depending on the weather. However, if you crave dark and gritty experiences, Hinterberg's lighthearted tone might not be your thing. But hey, there's always room for a bit of whimsy in the world of gaming, right? Dungeons of Hinterberg launches on July 18th for PC and Xbox Series X/S. Whether you're a seasoned adventurer or a curious newcomer, Hinterberg promises a unique and delightful experience. So, pack your bags and maybe some cheese for the giant monster, just in case, and get ready to embark on a summer vacation unlike any other. Hey there, art enthusiasts and explorers alike. Have you ever dreamt of spending a summer abroad, soaking up the sunshine and capturing the beauty of a new place? Well, dust off your walking shoes and grab your virtual paintbrush because we're about to embark on a delightful journey to Montreal with Ate. Ate, pronounced Ite, which is French for summer, is a game launching on July 23rd for PC. It's not your typical painting program, though. This is an experience that blends exploration and creativity in a way that's sure to spark your imagination and inner artist. Imagine yourself as a budding painter who's lucky enough to spend a whole summer in the vibrant city of Montreal. Now, close your eyes and picture strolling down charming streets, peeking into bustling cafes, and maybe even catching a glimpse of a street musician filling the air with melody. Ate lets you do just that. You'll get to explore different neighborhoods, each with its unique personality, just like a real summer vacation. But here's the twist. You're not just a tourist snapping photos with your phone, although there's nothing wrong with that. Ate equips you with a virtual paintbrush, turning you into an artist who can capture the essence of Montreal on canvas. Think of it like collecting souvenirs, but instead of keychains or fridge magnets, you'll have beautiful paintings that bring back all the wonderful memories of your summer adventure. Now, you might be thinking, I'm not exactly Picasso. But fret not, Ate is designed for everyone, regardless of artistic experience. There are no wrong answers here. Unlike some games where you can mess up and have to start all over again, Ate is all about relaxation and letting your creativity flow freely. There are no time limits, no grades, and absolutely no pressure to paint like a professional. So, whether you're a seasoned artist or just starting to explore your creative side, Ate welcomes you with open arms and a virtual paintbrush. So far, sounds pretty amazing, right? But before we pack our virtual bags and head to Montreal, let's take a quick peek at some of the things to keep in mind. We wouldn't want any surprises to spoil your summer vacation, would we? Ate doesn't throw you into the deep end with complicated controls or a million buttons to memorize. It uses a simple point-and-click system that's as easy as using a paintbrush in real life. Well, almost. You'll explore the different neighborhoods, and when you find a scene that inspires you, simply click on it, and voila, your virtual canvas awaits. Here's where the creativity kicks in. Ate provides you with a palette bursting with colors, just like a real artist's toolbox. You can choose from vibrant blues and greens to capture a sunny afternoon at the park, or maybe some warm yellows and oranges to depict a cozy cafe scene. But Ate isn't just about replicating what you see. It encourages you to express yourself and capture the feeling of the moment. Did a street performer's music make you feel happy? Splash some bright colors on your canvas. Did a quiet alleyway evoke a sense of mystery? Use cooler tones to create a more subdued mood. The possibilities are endless. While the core gameplay revolves around painting, Ate throws in some extra goodies to keep things interesting. Remember those charming Montreal neighborhoods we mentioned earlier? Each one has its own little secrets to discover. You might stumble upon a hidden gem like a quaint bookstore or a bustling farmer's market. These little discoveries can act as inspiration for your paintings or even unlock unique challenges or bonus content. Ate isn't just a solitary artistic endeavor. The game offers a unique online gallery where you can share your creations with the world, or at least the other virtual artists playing Ate. See what other players have been painting, and maybe even get inspired by their interpretations of Montreal. Who knows, you might even discover your next favorite artist, or maybe even become one yourself. Ate isn't your typical action-packed, adrenaline-pumping video game. It's a more relaxed experience, focused on exploration and creativity. So, if you're looking for intense challenges or a high-octane storyline, Ate might not be your cup of tea, or should we say, glass of maple syrup. The beauty of simplicity. While Ate offers a variety of colors and tools, it doesn't have the super realistic graphics or complex brush mechanics you might find in some high-end art programs. Think of it as a more impressionistic style, where capturing the essence of a scene takes priority over replicating every tiny detail. Limited scope. Ate focuses on exploring Montreal's vibrant summer scene. While it's a beautiful city, if you're craving a wider variety of landscapes or settings, you might want to look for a different game. The price of creativity. Ate isn't a free game, so you'll need to decide if the price tag matches the experience it offers. Think about it like buying a unique art class or a guided tour through a beautiful city. It's an investment in your creativity and exploration. The final brushstroke. Ate is a charming game with a unique approach to creativity. It's perfect for those who want to unwind, explore a new city virtually, and express themselves through art. However, if you're looking for a fast-paced, high-challenge game, you might want to keep searching. So, there you have it, Ate. A chance to paint your own summer adventure in the heart of Montreal. Will it be your next artistic escape? The choice is yours, but one thing's for sure. Ate offers a unique and relaxing experience that's sure to leave you with a heart full of color and a summer memory unlike any other.